Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Okay, we'll start with problems. The first one is this. You have to find S1 and S2. Okay. This is based on the concept we learned in the previous class. So I hope all of you should be able to do this.
So S1 is 1 and second one is 1 by 16.
Hmm. Everyone else try to get this. I'm just writing out the next problem. Whoever has finished can start the next one. Is everyone getting question one? Yashwant, are you getting the answer for first one?
Sir, actually, I'm not getting it, but I got like integration of n plus 1 dx. Is it correct?
Which one?
The first one.
The first one. Okay, how are you doing it? Tell me.
Like limit can be interchanged by the like integration symbol, and 1 by n can be written as dx.
Okay, that's true. 1 by n can be written as dx, but you have to write the inside part as a function of r by n, right?
Yeah.
You need something like this, right? Summation r and n tends to infinity, right?
Yes, sir.
But first of
For the
all, this is one method, but the easier method is simply do the sum, no?
yeah, I got n plus 1, like n into n plus 1, then divided by n.
How many terms are there? There are n terms, right?
Yeah.
And this is an AP, right?
Yes, sir.
So sum of the AP will be n by 2, first term plus last term, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So isn't it simple? Limit of n tends to infinity 1 by n square into n plus 1.
Yes, sir.
So what is this limit? This is easy, no? 1 plus 1 by n limit.
Yes, yeah. So we can find the limit only, right? Directly.
Yeah,
In-
directly you can do it. You don't need to convert it into integrals and all this one. Because it's very easy to calculate the sum, no?
yes, sir.
Here, it is not easy to find the sum, correct?
Yeah.
So therefore, here we'll use the integral method. But if it was so easy to find the sum, we'll just do it directly, no?
I got it. I got it.
Try the second one now. In the second one, you can see that 1 by n can be kept outside and n power 15 can be taken inside, right?
Yes, sir.
You are getting 1 by n power 15 plus 2 by n power 15 till n by n power 15. So this can be written as summation of r goes from 1 to n, r by n power 15, right? This part.
Yes, sir.
And you have 1 by n outside and limit n tends to infinity, right? Now we have learned that whenever you have a situation like this, you have a limit, a sum 1 by n, f of r by n, right?
Yes, sir.
R by n becomes your variable x, right? 1 by n becomes dx, correct? So this will become integral of r by n power 15. So x power 15 dx. What is the limit? Limit is
0 to 1.
0 to 1 because r by n values go from 1 by n to n by n as limit n tends to infinity, that is 0 to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is simply 1 by 16 will come. I hope everyone is understanding how we are doing this. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first one is easy. Second one, try everyone should try the second question. No, that is not so easy. These are all, by the way, all of these questions are JEE Mains PYQs. Okay. So all of these are relevant. I'm not making it up myself. These are all from previous year's questions. They have given you S or S0 of x is x. Sk of x has been defined like this. And C0 is 1 and Ck has been defined like this. For k goes from 1 to 3. And then they are asking you S2 of 3 plus 6 times C3. The most important thing here is not to get scared by the question and just start from the basics. The question looks scary, but it's not actually very difficult. You just have to start from the beginning. What I mean by that is you have k goes from 1, 2, 3 and all, right? You can start from what is S1, right? Correct?
Yes.
So what are they given? They have given S0 of x is x. Let's try to think about what is S1 of x. S1 of x would be, we are putting k is equal to 1. So it should be C1x plus K is 1. So 0 to x, S of 0, no? 1 minus 1, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So now think about it. Okay, in order to find S1, I need to find C1, right?
Yes.
So how do I get C1? I will get it from here, right? Correct? The relation that they have given for CK, right? So if I put K is equal to 1 there, I get C1 is equal to 1 minus 0 to 1. S of K is 1. So 0 of x dx, right?
Yes, sir.
So now see, S of 0 of x they have already given is x. So we can calculate this 1 minus 0 to 1 x dx, right? So this will be x squared by 2. So this will be half. So it is 1 minus half. So we are getting C1 is half, right? Is everyone understanding how we got C1 is half?
Yes, sir.
So it is pretty simple. Just use this relation to find C1. Now that we know C1 is half, we can put that here. So S1 of x is equal to x by 2 because I have put C1 is half plus integral 0 to x. S0 of t is same as t, right?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes x by 2 and this is t square by 2 from 0 to x. So that will become x square by 2, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you're getting S1 of x now. Basically, it's a step-by-step process. You have to keep finding S1x. Now I need S2x, okay? Correct? If I want to find S2x, then only I can find S2 of 3, no?
Yes, sir.
So S2 of x would be, according to this rule here, it would be C2x plus 2 times, 2 times k is 2, 0 to x, S1 of t dt, right? So for that, to find this out, I need C2, and C2 will come from here, right? C2 is equal to 1 minus 0 to 1 S1 of x, and S1 of x is x by 2 plus x squared by 2 dx, right? So this is x squared by 2 plus x cubed by 6 from 0 to 1. So this becomes 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6, 1 minus this. So this is half minus 1 by 6. So that is 2 by 6. 3 by 6 minus 1 by 6. 1 by 3 is equal to C2. I have calculated C2 and now I can calculate S2 because it will become x by 3 plus twice of integral 0 to x. S1 of t is t by 2 plus t square by 2 dt. And again, this integral is basically, okay, I have made a mistake here because x square by 4 it should be here, right? When I do integral of x by 2, it will become x square by 4. So it will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6. So that will become basically 3 plus 2, 5 by 12. So it is 7 by 12. C2 is 7 by 12. I hope everybody is understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
It is a step-by-step process. You get 7 by 12x plus twice of integral 0 to x by 2 plus x squared by 2 dt dx. So this becomes again x squared by 4 plus x cubed by 6. So you are getting 7 by 12x plus twice of x squared by 4. So x squared by 2 plus x cubed by 6 twice. So x cubed by 3. And that is S2 of x. Now S2 of 3 will come out to be 7 by 12 into 3. So that is 7 by 4 plus this is 3 square. So 9 by 2 plus 3 cubed. So 9. You are getting S2 of 3 is equal to this value. 9 plus this is 18 by 4 plus 25 by 4. 9 plus 25 by 4. That is your S2 of 3. and I just need to find C3 now, right? It's a simple enough process, you just have to calculate it. I have found S2 of x. S2 of x is 7x by 12 plus x squared by 2 plus x cubed by 3, right?
So it's just integrating that and subtracting it by -1, right?
Yeah, just putting it here to find C3, right? Put 3 here, right?
Yeah.
You will be able to find C3, and once you get C3, you'll get the answer. Answer will be 9 plus 25 by 4 plus 6 times C3, right?
Yeah.
Is anybody getting any answer so far? The answer will come out to be 18. You can check it later. The point I'm trying to make is the question looks scary, but actually it was not at all hard, right?
Yes, sir.
It was just step by step. You have to do it 2-3 times. 2-3 steps you have to do one by one carefully without making mistakes. I hope everyone realizes that. Even though the question looks scary, it was not actually very difficult. सौरभ समझ में आ रहा है सब क्या बोल रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one is this minus 0.15 to 0.15 mod of 100x square minus 1 dx is equal to k by 3000. Find k. Is this function inside even function or odd function?
Sir, it's an even function, right?
Because of the modulus sign, it is obviously even, right? Also, you can check f of minus x is same as f of x, right? In this function, correct?
Yes, sir.
Since it is even function and the limits are minus a to a, what can we do first step?
We can change the limit 0 to a, 2 into 0 to a.
You can do this first.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what should we do?
So from 0 to 0.1, the function will be positive, and from 0.1 to 0.15, it will be negative.
Correct. So basically the idea is whenever you have a modulus, you should always try to remove the modulus sign, right? It is not possible to integrate when the modulus is still there. We want to try to remove the modulus sign. So you have to analyze when is 100x square minus 1 greater than 0 and when is it less than 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is clearly when x is greater than equal to 0.01, no 0.1, because x square should be 1 by 100. So x should be greater than this. Then the inside part is positive, and when x is from 0 to 0.1, then the inside part, which is 100x square minus 1, is negative then, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, you will split the integral into two parts. You will say, I will do it from 0 to 0.1. This is the point when the inside part is less than 0. So the modulus will come with a negative sign, right? And the other part is from 0.1 to 0.15 when the inside part is positive. So modulus will come with a positive sign. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should understand this step. It is a pretty straightforward step, but now you can apply the logic. Now you can actually integrate and calculate, right? So for example, here, what is the integral? It is minus 100 x cube by 3 plus 100 x evaluated from 0 to 0.1 plus this side is 100 x cube by 3 minus x. Wait, why am I putting a plus 100? There's no need to put a plus 100 here. It is simply plus x, right?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
And here it will be from 0.1 to 0.15 and the whole thing has to be doubled. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So when you put 0, obviously everything vanishes. So that part we don't have to evaluate. You just put x is equal to 1 by 10. So you get minus 100 by 1000 into 3 plus 1 by 10. So that is the answer for this part. Plus this part when you do, it is 100 by 3 multiplied by 15 cube by 100 cube. By 100 cube. Okay. Keep it as it is. Minus 15 by 100 minus 100 into 1 by 1000 times 3 plus 1 by 10. This is coming as whatever is the value inside and you have to double that, right?
Yes, sir.
So we are getting here minus 1 by 30 and here one more minus 1 by 30. Okay. So you're getting minus 2 by 30 plus 2 by 10. So you have plus 2 by 10 minus 2 by 30. Okay. So we have cancelled this. We have to evaluate this part. So this is 100 square here. Okay. So you're getting 15 cube by 3 by 100 square. 15 cube by 300 square. And here you have 15 by 100. So we can multiply it by 15 by 100. So we multiply it by 100 into 3. So 300 by, so 3 into 100 square will come, right? So you will get basically this thing. So you are getting minus, you can take 15 common. You are getting 15 square minus 300 by 3 into 100 square. So this becomes 5 here. And this is 225 minus 300. So 5 into minus 75 by 100 square. So 100 gets cancelled. You have 100 left and here you get 20. And this becomes 3 by 4. So you get minus 3 by 80. So you have 2 by 10 plus minus 2 by 30 and minus 3 by 80. Great. So this becomes 6 by 30 minus 2 by 30. So 4 by 30 minus 3 by 80. So you can multiply this by 8 and multiply this by 3. So 32 minus 9 by 240. So you get 23 by 240. Multiply by 2, so 23 by 120. My answer is coming out to be 23 by 120. And if you want the answer to be by 3000, you have to multiply it by 15, right? No. 600 would be 5, so 625, right? The answer will be 23 into 25. Is everyone understanding? It is 575. Is anybody getting 575? Nobody calculated, huh? Did anybody do the calculations? You have to unmute yourself. Someone say something. Otherwise, it feels like I'm talking to a wall.
I'm doing calculation.
Everybody should realize that in the exam, you have 2-3 minutes. You need to be able to do calculations fast. The reason I'm showing the calculations is for you to figure out, okay, this is how you do it intelligently. You don't start calculating everything directly. Keep using fractions. Keep doing common sense steps. Don't start calculating each in terms of decimals and all.
Yes, sir.
The reason I'm showing it so that people who are writing JEE realize that this can be done in a reasonable amount of time. It's not like super hard calculations. Shrish, are you getting the answer?
Yes, I still left there only. I did complete it.
हाँ तो अगर कंप्लीट नहीं करोगे तो एग्जाम में नंबर मिलेंगे.
नहीं सर कर रहे हैं अभी.
हाँ तो छोड़ नहीं देना है, क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा सा करके उसका छोड़ना नहीं है एट दिस स्टेज. You need to have the ability to calculate it in 2 minutes. That's very important. The reason I'm showing it is why. Calculations तो सब कर सकते हैं. Why am I showing you how to do it? I'm showing you how I did it so that you realize that it can be done fast. I got the answer. This is the correct answer. You guys are so much younger than me. You should be faster than me.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You guys are 17-year-old, 18-year-old kids. You should be able to do these calculations way faster than me. लेकिन तुम लोग छोड़ दे रहे हो. यहीं पे छोड़ दोगे तो कैसे आंसर आएगा? Anyway, the point is when we do a question, try to do the calculations as fast as possible. The point is, notice how I simplified. I wrote 0.15 as 15 by 100. Everywhere I kept writing powers and all like this. Everywhere I kept simplifying by cancelling powers, not by calculating decimals. Don't try to calculate with decimals. It will always go wrong.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Calculate by fractions. Try to be smart about it. Take common denominator smartly. Then it will come out correct. Anyway, the point of the question is done. We'll move on. The answer for the previous question is 575 and you need to get it in a reasonable amount of time. This is the question. You have to find the value of integral 0 to 2 x of f of x.
Sir, I have a doubt. Like in the minimum part, you have written x square, comma x minus gent x. What does it mean?
x minus gif of x. ये फंक्शन पता है ना क्या है ये?
नहीं मतलब दो फंक्शंस लिखे नहीं के साथ x स्क्वायर कॉमा x माइनस जेंट ऑफ x.
हाँ, दो फंक्शंस लिखे हैं. इन दोनों फंक्शंस का मिनिमम लेना है ना.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
When you say minimum of fx comma gx, you mean when x goes from 0 to 1, which one was lower, right? Whichever one is lower, you have to select that and that will be e power that, right? I
Okay,
hope
sir.
you are understanding.
Yes, sir.
So this function is x minus gif of x. GIF, I hope you know the meaning of GIF.
Yes, sir, I know it.
Hmm.
The E plus 1 is the answer.
Final answer.
Yes, sir.
क्या बोल रहे हो तुम? क्या आंसर है तुम्हारा?
एक सेंसर कुछ एरर हो गया,
What?
कुछ एरर हो गया एक सेंसर।
Hmm.
सर फंक्शन तो ई पावर एक्स और ई आएगा ना?
इस पोर्शन में क्या फंक्शन आ रहा है यहाँ पे बताओ?
इसमें तो ई पावर एक्स आ रहा है।
नहीं, गलत कर रहे हो ना, ध्यान से सोचो।
Sir, e to the power like fractional part of x.
नो।
अच्छा अच्छा, ई पावर एक्स स्क्वायर होगा, गलती से मैक्सिमम लिख दिया।
What is smaller, x square या x minus GIF of x from x goes from 0 to 1?
एक्स स्क्वायर।
X square is smaller. Does everyone understand why this is smaller?
No, sir. Like, sir, but x minus jf x can be written as fractional part of x, right?
It can be, but why would you do that? Think about this. X belongs to 0 to 1. May GIF of x is always 0, right?
Yes, sir.
So isn't it simply x?
Yeah.
So why would you write it as fractional part of x? इन दोनों को कंपेयर करना आसान है कि फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट से कंपेयर करना आसान?
इन दोनों को कंपेयर करना आसान है क्योंकि एक्स स्क्वायर बड़ा टर्म है और वो छोटा करेगा भी।
एक्स स्क्वायर और x, अगर x बिलोंग्स टू 0 to 1, कौन सा बड़ा होगा कौन सा छोटा होगा?
सर एक्स बड़ा होगा, एक्स स्क्वायर छोटा होगा।
Correct. X square will make it smaller, right, Yashwant?
Yes, sir.
So the minimum of these two functions will be obviously x square, right?
Yeah.
So fx is equal to e power x square when x goes from 0 to 1. Now think about this now.
That is like I got the answer for that is e to the power 2 minus e to the power 1.
Again, why are you complicating your life so much?
No, we can use the property, right? 1 से 0 से लेके 1, 1 से लेके 2.
नहीं, I want the definition of the function. I need to know what this is when x goes from 1 to 2, right?
सर इट शुड बी ई ओनली।
I want Yashwant to also realize it. It should be, but why should it be? Think about it, Yashwant. Those who have gotten this as e, please calculate the integral correctly.
सर ई प्लस हाफ।
नहीं, कुछ गलती कर रहे हो।
सर सर E तो तब आएगा ना जब एक्स 1 होगा, बट एक्स इक्वल्स टू 2 पे ई कैसे आएगा ये?
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यहाँ पे x1 है कि 1 to 2 के इंटरवल में?
2 तक है
इट इज एन इंटरवल, नो?
सर, क्लोज इंटरवल इट इज।
It is a closed interval from 1 to 2.
यस
Please
सर।
think about what is the value of x minus log x from 1 to 2. 1 to 2 में.
Sir, it is e to the power x by x, right? X to the power x by x.
2 माइनस ln x।
नहीं, देखो, ln x यहाँ पे 1 to 2 में is it positive or negative?
अच्छा 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 सर, गॉट इट ये
Yashwant, what are you doing right now? Tell me.
सर इसको e to the power x ऊपर लिख के डिनोमिनेटर में e to the power ln e x लिखा
नहीं
तो
नहीं, वो सब तुम तभी कर सकते थे अगर ये बिना GIF के होता। यहाँ पे बाहर में GIF है, उसको थोड़ी स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं अभी डायरेक्टली। इसके ऊपर GIF है ना।
यस सर
अगर GIF नहीं होता तो तुम जो बोल रहे हो वो सही है, इसको ऐसे करके स्प्लिट कर सकते हैं, राइट।
यस सर
लेकिन यहाँ पे GIF है तो तुम उसको डायरेक्टली स्प्लिट कर दोगे क्या? अभी तो पता ही नहीं है उसका वैल्यू क्या है, राइट।
हाँ सर
Now you have to think about what is the value of x minus GIF of x minus log of x when x goes from 1 to 2, right? First of all, correct?
यस सर
If this inside part is between 1 to 2 and less than 2, then GIF will be 1, right?
या
So think about it. X minus log of x, is it going to be between 1 to 2 or is it bigger than 2? What will happen when x is between 1 to 2?
सर x 2 से छोटा होगा हमेशा, 1 से
हाँ,
बड़ा और 2 से छोटा।
x will be greater than 1 and less than 2. This whole thing, right?
यस सर,
यस
GIF 1 आ जाएगा।
Why? Because
यस
you can plot a simple graph to realize it. No, ये y is equal to x का ग्राफ है मान लो, right? और log x का ग्राफ भी बना सकते हैं ऐसे 1 to 2 में. It starts from here and goes like this, right? Correct? No?
यस सर
This is your x is equal to 1, so y is equal to 1 here, x is equal to 1 here. When x is equal to 2, log x is log 2, which is 0.301 के आसपास, right?
यस सर
एंड 2 पे वैल्यू यहाँ पे 2 होता, लेकिन उससे घटा दोगे तो वो 1 पॉइंट समथिंग आएगा ना यहाँ पे भी, राइट। द डिफरेंस ऑफ दीज टू इज ऑलवेज ग्रेटर देन 1 बट लेस देन 2. यू शुड रियलाइज दैट, करेक्ट।
यस सर
when x lies between 1 to 2, the difference is above 1 and below 2, right?
Also, we have x,
यस सर, गॉट इट।
also we have x minus log x as increasing function. So
Correct.
value should be at minimum and maximum should be at endpoint.
Correct. So lower end point पे difference is already 1 and it is an increasing function, so difference will keep growing and maximum difference will happen when at 2, right? But that value is also less than 1, right?
यस सर
Less than 2 basically, right? So the idea is that the GIF of something greater than 1 and less than 2 is always going to be 1. So this part is e power 1, right?
या
Yashwant, are you understanding what is happening?
यस सर
You cannot put powers and split powers when it's inside a GIF. Do you get that?
यस आई गॉट इट
Shresh, are you getting the answer for the integral?
So again, it is very weird. It is 3 minus 1 by 2. Like 3 minus 1 whole by 2.
Okay. Let's try it now. So basically you have integral of x f of x from 0 to 2, but obviously the definition of x itself is changing between 0 to 1 and 1 to 2, right? F of x. So we can split the integral also 0 to 1 and 1 to 2, right? I am splitting the integral like this, right? So what are we getting? 0 to 1 mein, this integral is x times e power x square from 0 to 1 dx. And 1 to 2 mein, this is x times e dx, right? This is a simple integral. I don't see the problem here. For example, here we can take x square as t, right? And you will get dt by 2 e power t dt by 2, right? So the answer is half e power t. So half e power x square is the integral answer. And you'll do it from 0 to 1. So it will become e by 2 minus 1 by 2, right? plus here you will get e common, and it is x square by 2, so it will be 4 by 2 minus 1 by 2, so 3 by 2. So the answer is 3e plus e, so 4e minus 1 by 2, which is basically 2e minus half. Why are you not getting this answer? I don't understand. कहाँ पे गलती हो रहा है?
So लास्ट तक में 3/2 होना चाहिए या 2e/2?
E is a constant, right?
Yes.
So e comes out and x square by 2.
Oh, sir, I didn't integrate x directly. I wrote by mistake.
तो बार मान लो पहली बार गलती हुआ, फिर दूसरी बार चेक करने में भी फिर गलती कैसे हो रहा है?
सर इसको एकदम डायरेक्टली लिख दिए थे e बस 2 - 1 into e गलती हो गया तो
I mean, you need to realize the mistake, no, when you are checking it.
yes sir.
Everyone else, are you understanding what I have done, how I am integrating?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You cannot do it directly 0 to 2 because function definition is changing. So you have to split your interval also 0 to 1 and 1 to 2, right?
Yes, sir.
One time function was equal to e power x square, one time function was equal to e. And x times e power x square ka integral can be done very easily because we can take x square is equal to t here, right? By the
Yes.
way, you should know that if you had just this, there is no integration possible for this.
Yeah, because there is an x term created like 1 by x.
Basically, this is a non-integrable function. It cannot be integrated, okay? But because of this x, it is easily integrable here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go to the next one then. Okay, so the question is this: integral of uh, 1 second. Minus log e2 to log e2 e power x log e power x plus root over 1 plus e power 2x dx. What is the most obvious first thing that you should do here?
Even odd?
Then e power x equal to t.
Even out भी सोचना है, but I think that is the second thing you should think of. First thing you should do is e power x is equal to t. Why? देखो यहाँ पे e power x already है dx के साथ, and so many e power x's are there, right?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
So if you do this substitution, you will get e power x dx is equal to dt, and the integral will look a little better now. You will have e power x dx will be converted to dt, and you will have log e t plus root over 1 plus t square dt, and you should change the limits also now, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Because here the x was going from here to here. Now you have t. So your t will go, upper limit will be e power log e2, which is equal to 2. And lower limit is e power minus log e2, which is equal to half. I hope everyone understands how it becomes this. The limits change from half to 2, and this is my integral. If anybody is having any confusion there, they need to ask right now. Because after that, I'm not explaining.
No problem, sir.
Okay, so now try the integral.
Sir, we have to go by integration by parts, right?
Integration by parts is the best way to do this. I mean, you can try some substitution, but it is not going to be nice. This is my integral. There is no good substitution. The only thing I can think of is t is equal to tan theta, right?
Yes, sir.
But that gives you sec theta plus tan theta, and here you'll get sec square theta d theta. And there also you can do integration by parts actually. It will be the same thing, I think. I will check that later, but the first idea is, okay, actually it is more natural to do the substitution. Fine. I will show you that later. But if suppose you realize that integration by parts is the method, how would you do it by integration by parts? What will you take as the first function and second function?
Sir, like I can take the first function as ln, then second as 1.
Correct. First function should be taken as ln because you can differentiate this. And 1 should be your second function because you can integrate that, right?
Yes, sir.
So first function is this. Let's say we put that here, log e t plus this stuff, and we integrate the second function. So you get a t, and then we put 1 to 2, half to 2 limits minus. Now I have to differentiate this function and put the t, right? So
Yes.
the derivative of this would be 1 by t plus root over 1 plus t square, and then you have to do by chain rule the inside part, which will be 1 plus 1 by 2 root over 1 plus t square times 2t, right?
Yes, sir.
And dt, and this is also from half to 2. And notice that 2 gets cancelled and this goes on numerator, it gets cancelled with this, and you are left with t by root over 1 plus t square here.
Yeah, and that is easily integrable.
Now that is easy if you take 1 plus t square as u or something, right?
Yes, sir.
You will get du by 2 root u. You will get 1 by 2 u power minus half. So integration is u power plus half by half. So it is u power half, and u power half u was this 1 plus t square. So it is root over 1 plus t square, right?
Sir.
And evaluated from half to 2, you will get root 5 minus 1 plus 1 by 4, root 5 by 2. This is coming out like this here, which is subtracted from the first thing, right? Correct? So here
Yes.
you will get log e 2 plus, this is going to be root 5 multiplied by 2 minus half log e half plus root 5 by 2. And you have a minus root 5 common. So this is root 5 by 2 only. So minus root 5 by 2 coming out here. A little bit of simplification will be required and you can check from the options. But this method is correct. There is no issue here. Integration by parts works easily, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, from second term will half will there.
क्या क्या?
सर सेकेंड टर्म में हाफ रहेगा या 2 से मल्टीप्लाई होगा ना वो?
यहाँ पे
नहीं नहीं, हाफ लॉग 1/2 प्लस रूट 5/2 में लास्ट में.
हाफ लॉग 1/2 प्लस रूट 5/2 होगा, करेक्ट. फिर क्या डाउट क्या है?
सर वो 2 से मल्टीप्लाई ही होगा ना?
2 से मल्टीप्लाई नहीं होगा ना, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 2 तो डाले थे फर्स्ट में ना, यहाँ पे फिर हाफ डालेंगे ना सेकंड में.
अच्छा हाँ.
2 से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई होगा?
अच्छा नहीं.
समझ में आ रहा है ना?
हाँ सर.
आई होप इट इज क्लियर, राइट, टू एवरीवन.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is this one. For m and n greater than 0, let alpha of m and n be equal to integral 0 to 2 t power m 1 plus 3t whole power n dt. If 11 alpha of 10 comma 6 plus 18 alpha of 11 comma 5 is equal to p times 14 power 6. And what is p? Okay. So this is from the concept of reduction formula. So reduction formula, generally what it means is you have some big integral like this. You want to connect the alpha mn to some other integral, some alpha maybe m minus 1, n minus 1, something like that, right? The idea is I want to create a recursive relation between one integral and another integral, okay? If I have a recursive relation, maybe I'll be able to connect alpha 10 comma 6 to some lower value of alpha, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, like what does it mean by alpha m comma n?
मतलब notice that here there is m and n, right?
Yeah.
जो भी आंसर आएगा will be a function of m and n, no?
नहीं, अब तक तो हम लोग x के टर्म्स में कर रहे हैं ना, अभी नया क्या है ये m n n?
x के टर्म्स में कर रहे हैं, मतलब यहाँ पे
एक
m
ही
और n अगर वेरिएबल्स है तो तुम इंटीग्रेट करोगे तो m और n के टर्म्स में नहीं आएगा आंसर.
ओके.
x के टर्म्स में कर रहे हैं तो क्या हुआ? फाइनल आंसर इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ m and n or not?
Yes, sir.
So it's a function of m and n, no? Final answer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sir, no. Like it was x, right? For basically we were doing. Now we have two variables.
It's not, forget about two variables or one variable. Do you know how to calculate the integral here?
Yeah.
Suppose m is equal to 0 and n is not equal to 0. Can you calculate the integral?
Yes, I can calculate.
What is it coming? Suppose m was 0 and n was not 0. What will come as the integration?
Like we can substitute, like using substitution, 3t as.
This is the thing.
I got it. I got it.
I got it मतलब क्या यही आ रहा है ना?
Yeah.
So what is the answer coming now? If you put the 2 and the 0, everything, what will come? It will be t is 2, so it will be 7, 2, 6, 7 power n plus 1 by 3 into 3, so 9, minus, when t is 0, you will get 1 by 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So is alpha 0 comma n equal to this?
Yeah.
So is the final answer coming in terms of n?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yes,
When
sir.
m was fixed, m was 0, final answer is coming alpha 0 n is coming in terms of n or not?
Yes, sir. It's coming.
If m was something else, not 0, would you realize that अगर कर पाते integration तो final answer would have m also and n also?
Yes, sir.
That is the meaning. It will come in terms of m and n. Depending on whether you can solve the integral, the final answer will have m and n left over in it, right?
Yes, sir.
That is the meaning of alpha of m and n. Two variables are there. The only variable that will disappear is the t dt, which will get integrated. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's p equal to 32.
That is correct. P is equal to 32 is correct.
Okay.
The point that I'm saying is, for different values of m and n, the value of the integral will be different. It will depend on the values of m and n, right?
Yes, sir.
They are asking you alpha 10, 6 and 11, 5. They are asking you if alpha m was 10 and n was 6, what is this? If m was 11, n was 5, what is this? And find this whole combination, right?
Yeah.
The only way to do it is if you can connect alpha m and n to some other alpha something else, maybe m minus 1, n minus 1, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because directly I cannot find the value. No, putting 10 and 6 directly, it will be impossible to solve, right? Are you understanding what I'm saying? It will be difficult to solve directly. I cannot directly integrate 10 and 6.
सर इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन ये डिफिकल्ट होगा अगर एम एन एन डालेंगे, बट जनरली हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि एम और एन डायरेक्ट डाल दे,
नहीं, जनरली
लाइक
नहीं कर सकते हैं इसका। जनरली वैसा करोगे तो कभी होगा ही नहीं क्वेश्चन।
लाइक हम 10 और
जनरली
6
नहीं, इसीलिए ना वो 10 और 6 दिया गया है, 11 और 5 दिया गया है, ताकि डायरेक्टली ना डाल पाओ। अगर
अच्छा
तुमको डायरेक्टली डाल के निकालना होता तो ये लोग 10 और 6 क्यों चुन रहे हैं? वो लोग चुनते 1 और 2 या
यस सर
0 एंड 1। अगर डायरेक्टली डाल के निकालना क्वेश्चन का पर्पस होता तो दे वुड नॉट हैव चोजन बिग नंबर्स, राइट?
अच्छा हाँ सर यही सोच रहा था मैं, लाइक फर्स्ट वी हैव टू सॉल्व दिस इंटीग्रल देन वी हैव टू पुट एम एन एन।
You cannot put MNN and try to get it. That is not a proper method. You have to, all of you who don't know how to solve this question, you need to read the section called reduction formula. It is there in any standard integration book. If anybody has Cengage or Arihant or whichever books you have, you need to read the section called reduction formula in definite integrals. Reduction formula means by using integration by parts, we can connect alpha m and n to some lower value of alpha. Do you understand what I'm saying?
यस सर।
Yes, sir.
So what we will do is we will start with the general this thing. So we'll say alpha m and n is integral 0 to 2 t power m 1 plus 3t whole power n dt. I want to do integration by parts, and I will say that, okay, integrating this is very easy. So I'll take this as the second function and take this as the first function. Okay. So if I do integration by parts, I should get 1 plus 3t whole power n t power m plus 1 by m plus 1 from 0 to 2 minus t power m plus 1 by m plus 1 and differentiation of this, right? n 1 plus 3t n minus 1 times 3 dt from 0 to 2, correct?
यस सर।
So putting the values here, put 2 and 0. Putting 2, what will you get? 7 power n and 2 power m plus 1 by m plus 1 minus putting 0 will get 0, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minus 3n is a constant. 3n by m plus 1 is a constant, and you are left with 0 to 2 t power m plus 1 and 1 plus 3t power n minus 1 dt, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you see a pattern here that this integral is actually alpha of m plus 1 and n minus 1?
Yeah.
Agar
अच्छा,
definition of alpha mn was this, then obviously alpha m plus 1 n minus 1 is this, right?
yes, sir.
So now
सर
you are
बट
getting a, huh?
एक सर m+1 हो गया, n-1 हो गया, लेकिन सर m तो बढ़ गया ना इसमें,
हाँ बढ़ गया,
n।
ठीक है, n घट रहा है कि नहीं?
हाँ, यस सर।
फिर से अगर करोगे तो m और बढ़ जाएगा और n और घटेगा।
यस सर।
अगर n टाइम्स करोगे तो क्या एक चीज घट के 0 हो जाएगी?
यस सर। हाँ हाँ हाँ।
तो उसके बाद इंटीग्रेशन हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा?
यस सर। तो सर इसे बार बार करना पड़ेगा रिकर्सिव, मतलब।
हाँ n टाइम्स करना पड़ेगा इसको घटाने हटाने के लिए, राइट?
अच्छा अच्छा।
यशवंत समझ में आ रहा है कुछ?
यस सर। सर n का वैल्यू छोटा है ना, अब इसको जल्दी 0 बना सकते हैं।
नहीं, वो तो क्वेश्चन के बारे में अभी नहीं सोचो, अभी मैं जनरल प्रोसेस समझ में आ रहा है क्या कर रहे हैं?
यस सर।
अगर तुम n टाइम्स यही प्रोसेस को रिपीट करोगे तो n माइनस n हो जाना चाहिए ना फाइनली,
या।
और साइड में हो जाना चाहिए अल्फा m प्लस n।
हम्म।
यस सर।
तो वहां पे हो जाएगा t पावर m प्लस n और ये वाला वैनिश कर जाएगा, तो लास्ट स्टेप में तो आंसर आ जाएगा ना वो।
यस सर।
The idea is, because we were able to get this formula, this is known as the reduction formula, because at least one variable you are reducing, right? And you are connecting the original integral to a new integral, right?
यस सर।
यस
So
सर।
what is the connection that we have gotten? We will write it here. We are getting a connection alpha m of n is equal to alpha m of n is equal to, we are getting this 7 power n 2 power m plus 1 by m plus 1 minus 3n by m plus 1 multiplied by alpha m plus 1 n minus 1, right? Correct?
यस सर।
Now it is obvious that let's take m as 10 and n as 6. You will immediately get the answer. Will you get alpha 10 comma 6 is equal to n, m is 10, so you are getting n is 6, right? So 7 power 6, 2 power 11 by m is 10, so by 11 minus 3 into n is 6 by 11 alpha m is 10, so 11 comma 5.
यस सर।
Do you understand everyone what I am doing?
या।
तो डायरेक्टली आ रहा है 11 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, 11 टाइम्स अल्फा 10 कॉमा 6 इज इक्वल टू 7 पावर 6 इंटू 2 पावर 11 माइनस 18 टाइम्स अल्फा 11 कॉमा 5, राइट?
यस सर।
The question is asking us for this, so that is obviously 7 power 6 into 2 power 11, right?
यस सर।
So that is 7 power 6 into 2 power 6 into 2 power 5, so 14 power 6 into 32. Answer is 32. बट द पॉइंट इज नॉट कि इस क्वेश्चन में कैसे हुआ, द पॉइंट इज इन जनरल तुम कर पाओगे खुद से कि नहीं, फ्यूचर में आएगा तो।
Yes, sir.
अल्फा एम एन एक था, it had two parameters, you want to be able to simplify it, so what you have to do is integration by parts and connect it to a new integral where at least one of them should be reducing at least, right? Correct?
यस सर।
यस सर।
If one of them is reducing, theoretically तुम बार बार करके एक पैरामीटर को completely हटा सकते हो, right?
यस सर।
So theoretically, question is solved because if you do it many times, you will remove one parameter and the integral should be able, you should be able to get the final thing. In general, you will not have to do it many times because questions will be designed so that maybe you put the values and you get something like this nicely, right? Or maybe you have to do it 1 or 2 times, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So in the exam, obviously questions will be nicely framed so that if you know the basic concept, then you will be able to get the answer quickly. Saurav, are you understanding what I have explained? Oh, he has already left. Oh. Same thing he was also asking. Now he has left at this point before the thing has been discussed. Okay. Anyway, जिसको समझना है वो समझ जाए please.
Yes, sir. Sir, now looking at the question, it is immediately obvious that we have to use reduction formula.
Yeah.
Looking
Okay.
at the arguments.
Yeah. Fine. We'll continue tomorrow with more problems. That's all for today. Please continue practicing and look at the reduction formula section in your book and all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. That's all for now then.
इसके बाद हम लोग कौन सा टॉपिक करेंगे?
Definite integrals के बाद we'll be looking at maybe differential equations, and if not differential equations, yeah, we should look at differential equations a little bit and then we'll go on to the normal differential calculus.
मतलब सर कैलकुलस के बाद कौन सा?
Calculus के बाद we'll be starting with coordinate.
तो सर हम लोग ऐसे नहीं फॉलो करेंगे जो बुक है?
We will do problem. Obviously, we'll not do the whole SLONI book. We'll do problems from there to try to explain some important concepts.
Yes, sir. I found a very good book named E.H. Asquith on the comment section on your channel only.
What book? Oh, Asquith.
Yes, sir.
That book is very old, very nice, but I mean, it is not. It's not something that you can do right now. But
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I mean, if you had 2 years, you could do it, but right now you don't have time, right?
Yes.
It is a geometrical version of all the conic sections. It's very important, but I don't think you have enough time to do it, and we don't also have enough time to discuss that. So
The summary of geometry in conics is already uploaded by Ashish Khare sir on YouTube channel. So I have done that.
geometry in conics.
Yes, sir. 3 lectures he has done.
What channel?
Sir, the name of the teacher is Ashish Khare.
Okay. What is the name of the channel?
Sir, I'll send you on WhatsApp.
Okay. So it is similar to the Asquith stuff.
Yes, sir. Kind of.
Okay, I'll see it. So if it is small and concise, then you should follow it because it will be useful for you. But you should also check whether the results are correct.
Yes, sir.
Check from the Asquith book. But in general, I don't think you need anything more than SL Loney. SL Loney has written down all the properties that are important. So
Yes.
if you follow SL Loney also properly, you don't have to do all this. Okay.
Okay.
SL Loney is good enough. It has everything that is required. So we will focus on the important things from SL Loney and we'll do PYQs. We'll start coordinate after calculus. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.